my name is Teemu, and today I'm going to talk to you about how we have been using advanced analytics in our business, what kind of benefits we have got, and what we have learned. And thank you for Kaito Insight for asking me to talk about this topic. It's really great to be here. And to be honest, at first I thought that since here's lots of great companies presenting today and yesterday, so what on earth I could offer to this audience. And then I thought that since we are maybe a little bit smaller company like compared to IKEA, but I believe there's an audience also similar companies than us, that they are in the same situation. Maybe we can offer some kind of peer-to-peer experiences that everybody can benefit. And what I'm going to talk to today is, at first, of course, we are an HR services company. So I'm going to go through how we have used advanced analytics in HR domain. Then, of course, we will go through these use cases, and I have to say that they are relatively easy to start with. So hope that you can find something interesting of those. Then, as I said, I'd like to kind of bring the experiences that we have had and hope that you are gaining some information on those. But just a few words on about me and about us. So I've been working for the last 15 years within the fields of data finance and analytics. And currently I work for Seure Henkilöstöpalvelut, which is an HR services company. And it's owned by the Greater Helsinki area cities and other organizations. And to put this in the scale, our customers, currently they have approx 100,000 employees. And we are helping them on the kind of how they can get temporary workforce to their business. And what kind of fields we are working in? We are working in healthcare, children's daycare, education, and other services like kitchen and cleaning. And what are the services that we are offering? It's staffing. We offer short-term and longer-term kind of temporary workforce from 1 day until about 12 months. Then we offer services for the workforce optimization. Also we do recruitment for of course for us, but also for our customers. And if looking some figures that kind of tells more about us, for example, this year we have had about more than 1,300 different employees, meaning that it's the full-time employees, it's about 3,000 employees per year. And what is significant is that we have recruited or are recruiting in a year about 5,000 new employees, and I believe that is the kind of amount that not many companies or organizations are doing in Finland at least. And what it means in figures, it's that by each year we are delivering about 700,000 shifts to our customers. And since we are talking about advanced analytics and how we have used advanced analytics, I will just briefly describe about what is the issue at the moment. And this is the issue that I believe the job market has changed a lot within the last years. So from 2017, we have had a significant increase in the demand of our services. And what is causing the kind of increase in the demand is that simply our customers are not getting enough employees, and so they start asking services from us, and what is causing it? There's many reasons. People are getting retired. Simply people like to work differently than earlier days. So maybe full-time work is not good for everybody. But there's loads of reasons for this. And how we see this is that, of course, we get more demand, but we are facing the same issues here as well. So the gap is growing all the time. So it doesn't help if we run faster. We have to find more ways, and we have to do more tricks to get kind of employees for us, and we have to be more wise and that's why we have used advanced analytics as well. Okay, now I'm going to go through 5 different use cases that we have had, and I know that there's many people in the audience as well that who are focused on the technology side, and here shortly about this is our data and advanced analytics architecture, that what kind of tools we are using, and I believe this will help us to do pretty much everything. I will start with the first case is optimization, and I'm talking about mathematical optimization. And it was approx 2017. We launched a new service called, it was a placing service. And what did we place? It was, we placed temporary workforce to the customer locations. So in the behalf of the customer, we did it for them. And okay, we started with the Excel-based solution. It was fast. We were able to launch it, but of course, Excel is not the kind of good tool if to scale the service up. And we had the kind of the main issue was that 6 a.m. each morning we had to have many employees to work in the office so that they can do the placing. Since there might be some last minute kind of absences, since people get sick and so on. So, and it was a short time frame. It was approximately 15 to 20 minutes time frame that they had to do the kind of last minute placing. Okay, it doesn't make any sense. So we thought that maybe there's something else, and we did a POC for how optimization could help us. And I would say that quite of the first iterations that we did, we were able to get to the approx 80% success rate. Success rate really when we compare it to what the people did before manually. And we saw that, okay, this is really good results and really fast. And actually the rest of the 20%, it really didn't matter, since it was something that can be done in either way. There's lots of kind of rules, lots of constraints that we have agreed with the customer. There's kind of, there might be that there has to be one qualified employee, and then there has to be somebody can be non-qualified. There has to be kind of all the different rules for who can give medicine and so on. But the optimization algorithm, it works perfectly for that. We can do as many of these rules and constraints as we want to. But this has been a great success in a way that it helps us in this problem. We don't need the kind of people 6 a.m. in the morning to do the placing, last minute placing. Then my second example is machine or computer vision. And actually, this is a classical example of that not all the business cases are coming from the business. We have the situation that we get lots of documents from different channels. I don't know, it might be that we had all 30 or 40 different channels that we get documents, and the documents can be anything. They can be copies of passports, they can be transcription records, they can be some kind of criminal records and so on, that we have to really check that before we send people to the healthcare or we send people to the children's daycare. And actually, this case, one of my team's data analysts, he invented that maybe we could use machine vision to we can classify the documents, then we can prioritize those, that we get those into proper channels, so we can it doesn't restrain people to go to work for the customer, since they are waiting that we are handling those documents. Now, okay, business didn't buy it, or at least they didn't prioritize enough. And we thought that we are going forward with the POC, and actually we did the POC so that it was a rule-based logic, and we were able to get 95% hit rate quite quickly. So it was relatively easy to then afterwards explain to business why this is really good thing. And nowadays it works like that. When documents comes in, API is called, and it returns what is this document about, and then sends to our new ITSM tool, and everything can be prioritized, and businesses and employees are happy. Then my third example is natural language processing. It's a little bit similar case as the last one. And okay, it might sound that natural language processing it's happening in many places nowadays, but since we are Finns and we usually speak Finnish language, so it's not that common for us that we found the Finnish language from, for example, from out-of-the-box solutions. But happily, we have found that there's like really good open source Python libraries for this, and it really helps us that how we are handling the kind of natural language processing. And for example, for us, we have been doing it for analyzing service requests, and in a similar fashion as the documents. Now we are able to kind of prioritize the documents, the requests, so that the business kind of prioritizing can be done. And here the same logic here as well, that this is something that you can use pretty much in every place. So just call the API, and then it doesn't matter which system is this about. And then my fourth use case is segmentation. Of course, it's segmentation, clustering, or what we want to call it. But this is, I would say, that relatively easy to start with, easy to get kind of good value from. You can enrich the data, you can get more insights on the data. So I would suggest that this is really kind of something that you should start with, for example. So business thanks for this as well. And then my fifth use case is recommendation. Our vision has been that we would like to be really easy for the customer to kind of to deal with, and also for the employee. And our struggle has been that maybe our current ERP is not supporting that fully. And then it might be that, for example, we can do recommendations to the employees that which orders or which shifts would be the best for them, but it ends up in the kind of, I would say that since we are sending the recommendation, our customers are sending the recommendation, it's more like spam, or maybe you could call it as harassment. So lots of SMS, lots of push messages. What we did, we did a recommendation algorithm, and then nowadays we could do so that when order comes in, API calls for the algorithm, and it kind of returns there who are the best employees that could fit this job, and if the employee gave access to the send push messages, and then those employees are getting these messages in their mobile application. And on the other hand, another side, what are the best orders for the employees, or the employee is able to see it from the mobile application that which orders or shifts would be best for them at the moment. And this is something that we are really still working on, and we see the huge benefits on this, how we can make it forward. And I would say that even though the first iterations, we had really promising results already from there. Okay, but then if I summarize how our journey has been on this way, and what we have learned, I would say that the first thing is that you cannot underestimate the kind of master data management, the importance of that. And then what we have learned, we should have kind of start right away when we started to create the data capabilities, and it's simply that it affects on so many places, but this is not a surprise. Then the second one is you don't always need a kind of high-end solution. Okay, you don't always need a Mercedes, but sometimes a kind of faster horse is good enough. And what I mean by this is that I see this as kind of stairs that you are kind of following, and you are able to kind of climb to the first stair or the second stair with some other kind of solution that you can get benefits right away. And then the kind of more sophisticated solutions, the time for those is after the first steps. Then I'm saying that ensuring that everybody understands how data-related development is done. And typically data people understand it, but it's not always the business. And especially the kind of how it's possible that when you start creating something, you fail. And actually, even though you fail, it's really good thing. We have made some experiments and we have failed, and it has been actually really good thing. So that now we know that those are not the things that we are focusing first. Then the fourth one is that if you want to really create something unique, you cannot do at the same time day-to-day the operations and then try to invent something whole new. So our suggestion is that separating kind of experimental work from day-to-day operations. And of course, I believe that this applies also for the smaller organizations. It doesn't have to that you have the unit for the kind of innovation, but you can do it in a small scale. You have some person or a few persons that are really kind of making the progress and doing the kind of long-term development experiments. And then the last one, my own opinion is that advanced analytics is for everyone. It doesn't matter which size company you are. There's loads of solutions out of the box, or maybe also the kind of open source libraries and so on. They are really easy to use, so everybody can start the journey. That's really easy. And what you need for your journey, you need kind of reliable partner, as we got reliable but from Kaito Insight, and then you can build your own capabilities for a longer term needs. Okay, but these were the things that I was going to introduce you, and I'll hope that you have got some ideas from here, but at this point I would like to thank you everybody for listening me, and have a nice weekend.